Hello YouTube, I've had my 15-inch MacBook Pro for several months now, and I figure it's time to let you guys know about the little things that people don't really tell you about it. First one, let's start with the pros. I'm going to split up with pros and cons. Let's begin with the pros. I have a list over here. Battery life. Battery life is excellent, especially if you turn down Wi-Fi and you turn off everything. I get about 11 hours worth of battery life on this thing, but who does that? I mean, come on. Generally, if you're doing, let's say, heavy editing, heavy video editing, or gaming, your battery life drops down to 3 hours. So, yeah, beware of that. Matte screen, worth it. That's all I have on this list. Matte screen, worth it. Okay. I think the matte screen is definitely worth it. All my Macs before this one have all been shiny. My iMac, my MacBook Air, my 13-inch MacBook Pro. Now, I don't have all those Macs with me right now. I sell them and I get a new one. That's just how I go. And this is the first matte screen I've ever owned, and it is awesome. Oh my goodness. Every Mac that I buy from now on is going to be matte screen. That's how awesome this is. Just from the glare and the sunlight and all. Because I'm not a cave troll. Though I might look like it. I actually spend time in my library. And there's lots of light in there. Matte screen, worth it. Oh, get high res. I can't believe the default resolution of the 2011 MacBook Pros is the same as the resolution of the 13-inch MacBook Air. For a 15-inch laptop, you should get I forgot what the resolution was, 1440 by 1040? I have no idea. Something like that. That's what the default resolution should be on the MacBook Pros that you get. You shouldn't have to pay for extra, to get higher resolution. That makes me a little bit mad. But if you're going to buy the MacBook Pro, get the high-res matte screen. I suggest it. Final Cut Pro. Oh yes, I have Final Cut Pro 10, and I find that it absolutely uses my 4 cores, 8 cores multi-threaded, and my 8 gigs of RAM, and it totally just sucks up all that power, and that's good because that means you're getting the full use of your machine. So I like seeing that. Games like Civ 5. I started playing Civ 5 and the games look nice. But again, the battery life just drains like hell. Okay, cons. Wow, I'm already done the pros. Jeez. Okay, cons. Heat. Oh my god, this thing overheats. I went from the 13-inch MacBook Air to the 15-inch MacBook Pro, and the 13 Air barely puts out any heat. But with this one, I mean, I wouldn't put it on my lap when I'm doing video editing or any heavy gaming because it will burn your skin. Okay, next one. Wish larger trackpad. Oh, yes. I wish it had a larger trackpad. It's got so much real estate down there. And there is the Magic Trackpad from Apple that you can buy, which is huge. And hopefully in the next MacBook Pro, they're going to put a bigger trackpad. Hopefully. Let's see, weight. Oh, going from 13-inch to 15 Pro, the weight was there was a huge difference in weight. Because the 13-inch is this little tiny light thing, and the 15 Pro is this bulky, heavy thing. But I did get used to it. It took me maybe 2 weeks to not notice it anymore, because I just stick it in my backpack and I go everywhere with it. And oh, speaking of sticking in your backpack, I suggest, well, you know what? I'm gonna talk about that later. Come on, I got a plan here. I got a list. For God's sakes, I made a list. Wait, get used to it. I still miss my MacBook Air. Okay, got it. List. Speakers suck. Oh, yeah, that's the first thing I noticed with this thing. I turn it on, I went to my iTunes and I played a song, and I played a similar song with my 13 Air, and the 13 Air was louder. Now, the quality of the speakers in the 15 Pro is good, is really good compared to the 13 Air, but the 13 Air is louder. The 15 Pro has more bass to it, but I'd sacrifice that bass just to get, more volume out of this thing. And oh, there goes the cons. Wow, time just flies by. Let's go with a note. I put things, things to note, things that general reviewers don't tell their audience. The 750 gigabyte hard drive, I think is good enough. The 5400, I was thinking of upgrading to the 7200. I did have the 7200 RPM 500 gigabyte hard drive, but I prefer to have the freedom of so much space in a laptop. I really like that freedom. Thinking of getting an SSD. I'm really contemplating on getting an SSD because of that 13 Air. It's totally spoiled me. And you can go to owc.com, I think. They sell SSDs. And what you can do is you can rip out your CD drive and replace it with an SSD and boot from the SSD and have your system on the SSD, but all your media is on the regular hard drive. This way you kind of get best of both worlds. You get a huge hard drive space and a really fast computer. I haven't done it yet. I'm planning on doing it, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to make a video about it when it happens. Okay, sometimes it bends. Oh yeah. Man, this is so not professional looking down on my list. Sometimes it bends. I pick up my MacBook Pro from the edge with one hand. Yeah, I know. I got to be that strong. I pick up the MacBook Pro from one corner with one hand, and after a few times of doing that, I set it on the table, and it wiggles. It's not flat anymore, and it started annoying me. So I bent it back. So I physically got the MacBook Air. I left it open, and I grabbed it and I started twisting it back to the way it was, and it fixed the problem. So I don't suggest you do that, because I don't want you getting mad at me for breaking your MacBook Pro. Do not try that at home. But it worked for me. And I've never used the backlit keyboard. I don't know what the big deal is about the backlit keyboard, but ever since I bought it, I've always turned it off, and it stayed off. I can touch type. What do I need the backlit keyboard for? I really don't. And yeah, I guess that's it. Oh, one more thing to note. It's not even on my list. Man, I'm totally ad-libbing here. Okay, I was thinking of getting the 17-inch MacBook Pro, but having the 15 right now, I think the 15 suits me well. I wanted the 17 Pro for the screen real estate, but because I bumped up the resolution on this thing. Yes, I think the 15 Pro with a high res is better than the 17, just because of the 17's weight, and it looks like a lunch platter that you could kill someone with it. And I guess that's it. Wow. Okay, I finished my video, less than 9 minutes long. Ha! Whew! Well, anyway, what am I doing? Well, thanks for watching, guys, because I gotta thank you for some reason, because I made this video. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys again next time.